Real talk. No bull. Real talk. We're putting it all on the table.
Yep. Welcome to tonight's episode. We're episode 48. We are feeling the weight.
Yep. The weight.
So, full disclosure for last week.
Yeah.
We had a fucking ripper of an episode with an absolute weapon of a man. Been through hell more times than
More than
most.
John Constantine.
Yeah, more than most. And we, it was our longest episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was our birthday episode. It was the episode that you and I did the least amount of talking. And like we said on that episode, you know, we were just in awe of the story and, you know.
We're like captivated.
Well, yeah, and I kind of felt like if we had interjected too much, it would have thrown the story off. And I was really invested.
Yeah, that's the word, invested. Like,
and listening to the way that he was telling it, because he's obviously told it many times. If you don't know who we're talking about Tonksy, Braden Tonks,
this one here now.
Tonksy Media. Just look in the middle somewhere. We've got two cameras
Oh
on
yeah,
tonight.
yeah. We've got a redundancy plan.
Because, okay, so I'm getting to my point here. Okay, we had this awesome episode going, 3 hours long, all these firsts for us, and we looked at the footage the next day, and the footage did not exist. We had an audio file, but we had a corrupt SSD card. SSD card.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dean.
We got like 3 seconds of footage,
There you go.
and that was it.
And that was it. So we're still working behind the scenes to try and recover this footage. So hopefully we might get some footage back.
We might hear something tomorrow evening, I hope.
It's okay. I mean, we'll
be patient.
We'll be patient with it, but we just want to apologise to you guys, the herd, Tonksy,
Sorry, my boy.
yeah, for because I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I feel like we let people down. I just feel like we kind of let people down.
Yeah, and like with no disrespect to other guests or anything like that, but
No.
that was a fucking belter.
Yeah. Oh,
And
100%.
even just listening to it, and I don't listen to many of our casts.
yeah,
Or any.
any.
Yeah,
for
that's
that
true.
matter.
That's true. But like even just listening to it, I was like, he's a good he's a good storyteller.
Oh, a fantastic storyteller.
Yeah, man. Yeah, unreal. And
Yeah.
I still feel like the biggest person that we let down was Tonksy, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't do it justice with but again, we only video just a video, really. We've always just said it's the power of the story. And it was in that moment when I was listening to it, I was like, that's a fucking powerful story.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like you know me, I always listen to our episode on Spotify the day after it comes out. And I don't listen to it because I want to listen to myself on the podcast. I want to listen to it because I want to listen to it from the angle of somebody else listening to it. Like how did it come across? How was the podcast conveyed? How, was there anything that I pick up on that we could possibly change or do better? Or is there any idiosyncrasies that I'm doing that I could possibly work on? And, I'll let you know too.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I kind of felt a little bit bummed. It was nobody's fault really. Like we had everything double checked. We had everything. We had backups for backups. And it was just one little thing that we couldn't see at the time.
Yeah.
It
was unpredictable,
Yeah.
you know.
So in honor of Tonksy, I'm wearing your hat tonight.
And I got your shirt on, brother.
Braden's got the shirt on.
Yep.
But
Just it would represent and just, it was like you said, it was a ripper podcast. And
So if you haven't yet, get over to our Spotify and listen to it. Chuck it on in your truck, chuck it on in your work truck, chuck it on in your loader, Gazza. Chuck it on your headphones where you go walking, listen to it, because it's kind of we're gonna need to do another one with Tonks in a while because there's
There's
more.
a part. What's the part? Dux.
A part deux.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But we yeah.
Didn't I get your water, Dino? Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
I hit him up about that the other day actually, and I was like, we'll definitely have to get you back on and do the part 2, and which will be good because he can focus on what he kind of had to steer through on that episode.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
nah.
There we
you
go.
yep.
There we go. So we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, like I said, get over and watch the episode 47. And yeah, awesome. Spouter.
Yeah.
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 So, should we rip in?
Yeah. Let's do it, mate. Let's do it.
All right.
What ripped your undies?
There we go.
Yep.
I'm going to start tonight
Okay.
because I've got something. All right. Now, I am an ex-smoker, right? I was a smoker for a long time. I haven't smoked for a long time, but I'm not one of these like reformed smokers that hates all smokers now. What you do with your own body is your own choice, and if you want to smoke, smoke, whatever. But something that really irks me, and it rips my fucking undies, is when I see smokers smoking and they smoke and they go and then they spit
Yeah.
and they do it after every puff or every second puff and they just spit. They got no regard for where they're spitting. It's like, fuck man, if you don't like the cigarette taste and you're having to spit out the saliva because you're salivating too much and you can't handle the fucking, like,
Don't do it.
don't spit on the fucking ground. Like, yeah, it fucking just grosses me out, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's something you do when you're like 13
Yeah,
and you're
there's-
learning how to smoke.
That's what I was going to say.
You know what I mean? Like, not when you're a full grown adult and you're sitting there or you're walking along and you're fucking smoking and you're spitting everywhere.
Yeah, like smoking's already a disgusting look. Like
I
it doesn't
said,
bother
man,
me,
like
but
I
like,
said, each to
it's
their
a
own.
dirty
Like,
habit. Like don't get me wrong, I still vape, but yeah, and then you put
Each-
your spit pile on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yuck.
Yeah, it's yeah, and this isn't the first time I've noticed this. Like I notice this all the time. Like, and it's just kind of like, so if you're a smoker, don't be spitting on the fucking path where everyone's walking. Like, at least find a garden box, or
Show some etiquette.
grass. You
Come
know,
on, man.
like. So that's my little because yeah, I seen this dude in my complex the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
Is he a listener?
I don't know.
Oh, we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, definitely not a listener. I'd never seen him before.
Oh,
So,
he was just a
like,
rando.
I don't know if he was just a mate of somebody who lived there,
Yeah, rightio.
whatever. But yeah. So that was mine.
I remember mine.
Yeah, good.
Yep. What rips my undies and is when, like, if you don't know exactly where you're going, right? You're driving, you don't know where you're going, and you're in this lane, but then you realize that if you're turning right at a set of lights, you need to be in your left lane to turn left. Does that make sense? Like you got
you
got two turning lanes, right?
Yeah.
And you're in this side, in this lane here, and then you go, oh shit, maybe I need to be in this one because I'm going to be turning left soon. I know,
Okay. Yeah.
right? But you
Yeah.
you don't know where.
Yeah.
Because I'm still kind of new. Anyway, I was at the lights. There was a car coming up, and you could see that I had my indicator on because I realized I was in the wrong lane.
Okay.
He just doesn't let me come in.
No, people in Queensland don't
Nah, man.
don't let you do that. man.
No, it doesn't let me come in, right? And then when the traffic lights take off, because he knows that I'm like this far off his bloody indicator,
Yeah.
he just sits there.
Oh, so now he's waiting for you to come in.
No. He was just waiting to take off. He was just holding me up, making me even worse to the people behind me because
So the light's gone green, the
Yep,
car in
and
front
he
of
just
him's
fucking-
gone, and he just
he just
sat
fucking
there.
sat there. Yep. And then you know what happened? The guy behind me, regardless whether he knew what lane he needed to be in or not, had to get across that lane too. And I was like, come in, mate. Come in. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
We all have a brain fart. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So fucking lift your game, drivers.
Yeah.
Like just don't be a dick.
Yeah, no, I've noticed while driving a lot here in Brizzy, that you'll have your indicator on to merge over, and people don't let you in.
No.
People just don't let you in.
No.
And it's like, okay, all right.
It's like
Come, okay. Can I come over now? No. Okay, still no.
they're all in this mad rush. Then all of a sudden you're at the same set of lights as them anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, was it worth it, dickhead?
Yeah.
You know, or speeding and shit like that. But
Yeah.
that's what ripped my undies. Oh, you might notice a little something different on the set this week. What do we have, Mr. Tim?
Well, we have another sponsor
Whee!
for our Bulls Gone Wild.
Bulls Gone Wild. I always think Wild Bulls.
Bulls Gone Wild
Bulls Gone
survival
Wild.
trip.
Yep. What do we have? Who's jumped on board?
Well, our guest Scotty
Scotty. Yep.
from Ridgewalker Bows,
Yep.
he has kindly given us this handcrafted bow
Masterpiece.
to take on our hunt on our survival trip.
Yep.
So we can try our hand at some hunting.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell you what,
Yeah.
while he was there finishing it off, well, I was there while he was finishing it off. That sounded weird. Yeah, he took me through just some real basic just things to try and learn for the arrows and the bows, and man, he can shoot,
Yeah.
if that's what
bet.
they call it, shooting.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
So.
man, he can like he was getting arrows like that far apart,
Yeah.
like 30, 40 meters away.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and with his survival knowledge that he's already done,
Yeah.
you know, how can we fail?
Yeah. Wow.
How? I don't know how we can. The odds are in our favor.
I mean, 7 days. I think we'll be all right, regardless of even if we fail or not.
Yeah, all we have to do is last.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's all we've got to do.
it's
If we
gonna
don't,
be okay.
yeah,
It's gonna be okay.
just my concern is still Dean, keeping him alive.
No, we'll keep Dean alive.
You'll keep Dean alive.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got this.
And actually, what else have we got on set that looks a bit different? We don't usually have
No.
literature.
Well, this is a gift from our guest from next week. So just a little,
Precursor?
I don't know, just a little-
interlude.
just a little Todd McGuire. He's
Yeah.
written this book called Donnie, an undercover cop with a death wish.
Mm,
And so he's coming on to talk about his new book.
yep,
So that's going to be
looking forward
really,
to that one.
that's going to be really awesome. So we won't say any more, but yeah, stay tuned for
Badass.
episode 49 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a few things going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty good.
We're cranking into year 2.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, it's year 2
Yeah.
now, isn't it?
Full steam ahead.
No breaks, mate. No breaks. We just keep pumping them out.
Yep. And yeah, we're gonna possibly look at, we're trying to sort out our tech issues. That's our main focus at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think the iPad's looking pretty good at the moment.
Well,
Looks beautiful on that new stand.
we got our main camera, and we've got a redundancy
Yep.
filming tonight, so we're gonna test the redundancy.
Yeah.
So if you are a visual listener or a visual watcher, I should say, yeah.
Confusion.
Yeah. You might notice that it could be a little bit different.
That's
But
it.
That's
Story's
okay.
still the same though.
That's right. I mean, Braden still looks just as handsome.
Still see my ticks.
That's it. Yeah.
Lip curl.
He's not on cocaine.
Nah.
He hasn't
Nah.
been on the gear.
No, just weird.
No white winter.
No white winter.
No
No.
white winter around here.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hit me with it. What's the topic?
Well, as you know, and as most of the viewers know, and some of the listeners know, because we harp on about the dads community a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 pages to the dads community, right? There's a dads community public, which is a showcase of the dads community to the public arena.
Yep.
And that's for all the women in our lives to see what goes on with the dads community.
Yep.
And then there's the dads community private page. And this is where the dads confide in each other, we support each other, we talk about heavy issues,
Yep.
we talk about things that, that
that we come up against.
yeah, and that are meaningful for us in
Yep.
our lives, and this is where we organise our events and all this sort of stuff. But there was a post that popped up on there the other day, and I'm not going to name any names because that's the whole thing about the private pages. It's the anonymity of being on the page, right? And it's a safe place for men to be able to come and share. But there was a post that popped up, and I think I'm allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Well, we're not naming any names, but I think it's something that we all feel as dads. I think it's something that all dads and probably mums too
Well, let's
go through.
we'll do it. We'll touch on it, and if there's any feedback saying not to do it again, then we won't.
I
But
mean,
it's being put up.
it's better to
Ask for forgiveness than permission.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We love you, Steve.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will reach out to this gentleman. I should have done this prior, actually. But I'll reach out to this dad who put up this post, and I'll let him know. But he might appreciate the fact that we took the time to talk about it, because I think it's a
ripper.
I think it's a pretty heavy hitting issue, and he was really brave and courageous to actually bring it up in the first place.
Yep.
Because it's probably something that a lot of men feel, and yeah, like I said, even mums would feel, but probably don't talk about because it sounds quite bad.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that like it's. Well, I've even said it to Lara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how this guy's feeling.
Yeah. Okay. So shall I read? Shall I
Yeah,
read the
let's
post?
do it. Rip it off.
Dean, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
You don't think we're breaking any rules? No.
Okay.
I'm heavy on the easier to ask for forgiveness and permission bandwagon.
Okay. Okay. So I will start by reading the post.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I will read out the most liked response.
Yep.
To that post.
Yep.
Okay. And we'll discuss it.
Yep.
Okay. And then if anybody's watching or listening and they want to chime in as well, drop us a comment in the
Yep.
comments below.
On the socials.
Okay. So the post goes, any lads, dads have moments of wishing they could run away from their lives, relocate, and just abandon the effort into parenting. I know that sounds gutless and avoiding the responsibility, but some weeks I get buried into the thought and feeling, this is way too hard for me when it shouldn't be. The tiny unit I live in for my daughter, comparison to mum living in a mansion. A large part is co-parenting with somebody who has made it very difficult to feel respected or be empowered in advocating on decision-making with health and education for my daughter. I get ghosted on very valid questions. Maybe just disappear until dad makes some money and can provide more space to live in later and not feel hijacked in parental responsibility for many jobs out there.
For many jobs out there. I don't get that part.
To live later and not feel hijacked in parental responsibility for many jobs out there.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the top comment said, it takes a significant amount of courage to voice those thoughts out loud. What you're describing isn't gutless. It's a very human response to a state of total emotional and psychological burnout. When you are operating in a high conflict environment while trying to provide a stable life from a smaller footprint, the mental load can feel physically heavy. The feeling of wanting to disappear usually isn't about wanting to stop being a dad. It's often a desperate internal signal that the current conditions of your life are unsustainable. Yeah. So I guess for me, right, I'm 10 years into this parenting thing. And sure, it's been bloody hard at times. Like real fucking hard.
I think
at
hard. I
times.
don't think hard's the right word.
No, it's definitely not something you can ever prepare yourself for. I guess the thing that I have never gone through is having to do it on my own. So that's not something that I've had to
Yeah.
feel. I haven't had to feel the emotions or the anger or the anguish that goes with separating and then having to navigate co-parenting and maybe feeling alienated as a parent and stuff like that. But yeah, I can definitely say that there's been times where I've probably wanted to run away because it just feels too much. I could probably say that my wife has probably felt the same. And I could probably say that there's many mums out there that feel that way as well. Like, I think it's just a human thing, right? Like, I guess like there's no amount of practice that could prepare you for having children because your children are their own people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and you can't prepare yourself for the future because it's very uncertain. And so, you know, you don't know what's going to happen with your partner in a month or a year's time or 2 years' time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so it's, yeah, I think that dad is very valid and being able to feel those things, because especially if from looking at the other side, you know, his ex and the way that his ex maybe has his daughter now, and maybe he feels like, you know, he's not been able to provide as much or whatever, like that could be quite disheartening too. Like, and all of that would play a massive part on the way that you'd feel towards your own parenting.
Yeah. Like, obviously, like you said, we can't relate to the single parent side of things. But other than that, like, I fully understand where old mate's coming from. I've felt like that for years, you know, years of just like, you know, am I doing a good enough job? And you're already feeling shitty and depressed, you know. I'm not saying he's depressed, but I'm just relating it to me.
Yeah.
And there was times where I openly said to Lara, I could just walk away, and it's not because I don't love you or I don't love the kids. It is just because I am just drained. I'm burnt out, and I don't feel like me being around is having any positive impact on anyone's life.
Yeah.
You know, still didn't want to end it because I was like, yeah, I'll come back when they're old enough to understand why I made the decision and all that stuff. And
yeah, damage is done though.
well, that's, and you know what? Just the one thing that I want to say is you just control what you can control. Control the controllables. You live in the situation that you live in. The child doesn't give a fuck whether they're in a mansion or they're in a, you know.
That's right.
You can provide a different way of living that maybe your spouse can't. You know, you can be the one that takes, you know, you're in the smaller house, you get them out more, you do more adventurous shit, you know, and it doesn't matter what you think that the way your children look at you, but you just need to understand that it's not how they perceive you. Like I even just the other day, I was just like, oh, sorry. You know, I get in my moments still, and I'm just like, oh, sorry, kids. You know, that's not really the best dad, you know. And Zach looks at me and he's like, "You're the fucking." Well, he didn't swear, obviously. He's like, "Man, you guys, you're the best dad. Because you're the fun dad." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, man. Yep." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, buddy." You know, I mean, and it's just getting that validation from your kids.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, unless there's something else happening and it's a poisonous environment, but there'd be no way that this kid would be, unless they're, you know, in their teens, they just see you as dad.
Yeah.
You just see you as dad doing the best he can.
Yeah, and I guess that's probably something that we as parents, like all parents, should do more often is ask their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Ask your kids, like, how am I doing as a parent right now? Like, you know, I want to hear it from you as my child. Like,
You know, kids get report cards from school.
that's right.
Yeah.
You know,
It's your number one critic.
Yeah. May as well get feedback from the only person who can give you reliable feedback.
That's right. And really the only ones that matter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Doesn't matter whether your friends think you're the best parent. It's what your children think.
that's right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
And
right.
That's sorry. That's what. Oh, I did not say what. I
No,
did.
no, no. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We're, we're conversating. Mate.
Yeah. No. Nom, 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 nom.
Once you start, you can't stop. Man.
Oh man, those chews are fucking delicious.
Fucking cheese, all right.
Delicious bastards.
Yeah.
You're spot on. The weekend we came back from camping, on the Sunday we had 2 cars and I had the boy. And I said to him, I said, Zach, what is it that I can do? Or what is it that I'm not doing that makes you unhappy? Well, I can't remember exactly how I said it, but it was exactly this, asking him how I can improve. And I can list 20 things. He goes, nothing. He goes, you're the best dad. I said, it's not a trick question, buddy. You're not going to get in trouble. I did say that to him. And he goes, no. No. And that's the thing. We get so caught up in our own, the way that we're perceived by our kids. Mate, they're see ball, get ball.
My eldest daughter would probably say, I want you to stop being so grumpy in the evenings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like, man, at the end of the day, I'm fucking done. Like, I just want you to go to bed. And you are mucking around.
Oh,
and
dude.
it's like you are procrastinating. And
It must be the
like,
same. It's the
it's
same
like-
thing, man.
there is everything else to do apart from what you are supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so to that dad, I think he's probably doing a really good job.
Yep.
And he's doing the best job that he can do in the present moment and with what he has now.
That's all you can do.
And I think if he was to ask his daughter how he was doing as a dad, she would probably say, Dad, I love you. And
There we go.
I think you're doing awesome.
Tell him to listen to the potty, and
Yeah.
we're looking down the camera now.
You know,
a bit of homework.
I'll reach out to this dad after and
Ask her.
And because I think sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and we have this level of expectation that we place on ourselves that if we're not meeting that expectation, then we feel disappointed. And sometimes, like we place we've talked about this on previous episode, expectations, but it's kind of like, like when you place expectations on other people's and those expectations aren't met, you feel disappointed. And it's the same with ourselves. Like, when we don't exceed or meet our own expectations of what we're doing or what we think we should be doing, like, it's like we don't have to be keeping up with the Joneses, man.
No.
Like, you keep up with yourself.
That's right. Like, it's good to have high standards of yourself, but
Totally. Because that's what keeps you moving.
that's
forward.
right. But you can't be chasing perfection.
No.
You can't be, and that's a trap that I got stuck into. I was like, this is how I need to be.
There is nothing is perfect.
No. So
Nothing.
maybe you have to reevaluate your values and your standards because maybe they're just too high for what's achievable. Like,
Yeah,
it's like you said, it's still good to have them.
And I mean, we can't compare ourselves with everybody else either. Like,
Comparison's the thief of joy.
it's like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, that could be the thing for the episode. You always have something that catches your ear.
Yep.
I like that one.
there you go. Yeah. But no, you're right. You're right. And so yeah, sometimes I think it's like we've got to take a step back from ourselves and have a look at the broader picture. It's kind of like, this dad obviously has a roof.
Tick,
He's got probably got some food in the fridge,
tick,
and he's probably got clothes for his kids.
winning.
We're doing good.
What
Like my nana always used to say, and she was the matriarch of our family, and she had nine kids.
happened to TVs?
They
She didn't
wouldn't.
have one.
They didn't exist then.
She was Catholic,
Okay.
and this is my dad's mum, and she always used to just say to me, she's like, "You're rich if you've got food in the cupboard." She's like, "If you've got food in the cupboard, we don't need to worry about everything else." Yeah.
And
And maybe that's because she was quite heavily involved with the church too. And if you know, she would always be giving me clothes and stuff. Oh, I got this from the
Oh,
the
yeah.
mini market. They'd have mini market every
Yeah.
last Sunday of the month or so. And so, you know, there was always stuff there, you know. But if you have food in the fridge, food in the cupboard, then you're sweet.
You know, I think that's spot on, man. Like, if you had asked me that, if you had said that to me last year, I'd still have been like, oh, fuck, whatever, you know. But you're right. You know, you've got to change. It's also a mindset thing as well. You've
Totally.
got to change the way you think and your thought patterns and your processes. And as soon as you can really do that, you know, you're still going to have your shit moments and these feelings, but you can, like you just said, you can just recall on those three things:
Yeah.
shelter, clothes, food, winning.
And I know that, you know, this dad probably feels like he wants to run away.
Oh, I fucking hear him.
But even though I don't know this dad personally, I could probably say 100% that he's not going to do that.
Oh no,
It's
no,
just
no,
the
no.
feeling.
Yeah,
It's just the feeling.
just to leave all your troubles and your worries and your thoughts behind, and then just go fucking bush
Or,
and live there.
Yeah. Or
You know,
just
no
somewhere else.
responsibilities
Yeah.
because he's probably feeling swamped.
Mm.
You know, and especially if he's feeling like he's been ghosted with decision making and stuff like
That's
that.
right.
Well, as much as that sucks, you can either, you know, put some boundaries in place and go no, or you just, if you can't control it, then you can only control what you can control without creating conflict.
Mm.
Oh my God, I sound like Dr. Phil. Jesus Christ. But yeah, anyway, but like I said, I'm just going through my own experience, and
Yeah.
unless
100%.
you voice it healthfully and, you know, kind of, when I say stand up for yourself, I don't mean like
Mm.
like
And I guess, you know, for those dads or mums
mm-hmm.
that are in a family and they have a family and they've got kids at home and stuff like that, if you do feel like that, sometimes just stopping somewhere for like 5 or 10 minutes before you get home in the afternoon really helps.
Yep.
Like just swing by a lake and park up and look at the lake, or swing by the beach and park up and just look at the beach for 10 minutes, or even literally just stop around the corner
It's
and
like-
just have that little bit of a self debrief
we're like yin and yang, like we just go together.
before you get home, because you know you switch off your day and then you give yourself a moment to get into parent mode, and then when you come home and you get into parent mode, you feel a lot better about that.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like I remember there was a month where every Friday night I went down to Sandgate Pier and I just Is it Shorncliffe?
Yeah.
Shorncliffe. Is it?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was Sandgate.
Well,
Maybe it wasn't Sandgate Pier. Maybe it was a Sandgate Beach. Yes, Sandgate Beach.
Okay. You can see Shorncliffe Pier off to the right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did go that way too. But yeah, I went to Sandgate and I just spent about 4 hours just reading a book, and I was just watching the ocean, and then something came into my head that I heard Sadhguru just say once. Like, you know, he was talking about like how small we are, and then when you think about like the universe and all that stuff, and then we go and then we have the nerve to think our problems fucking matter.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, I was thinking of that for some reason, and then I looked across the bay or whatever it is, and I saw, I think what might have been, it looked like the cranes at the port down in Brizzy.
Yeah.
So I was looking at them and I was like, fuck, that's far away. And I'm putting myself into that scale. And I'm like, then that's when I realized how small I am. Not in the bands too.
Yeah.
But you know, and then I started thinking, and then like, how selfish of me to think that my problems are that fucking big. That really, it's we're a fucking speck. It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to have such a burden put on yourself.
Well, everybody has something
Yeah, for
That
sure.
is- that is going on in their life that is big for them.
100%.
Everybody.
But when you put it into that kind of scale,
Yeah.
you know,
The thing is, I try not to I tend to try not to think about the universe and its expanse too
Oh.
much, because it's kind of like you know, there's no answers.
That's the best part.
Nah, no, not for me, not for me.
But yeah.
Because the thing is, it's kind of like it's an infinity,
Mm.
it's an infinite, it's an
keeps growing.
infinite thought pattern. It's like it never stops.
Yep.
But the thing is, like, yeah, like we all just need a moment to decompress sometimes, and we all probably feel like we want to run away from our problems sometimes.
Especially if you, like you said, if it's the fucking burnout, man, that's a horrible thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
I've suffered from that, and that's how I knew that I had to change my ADHD meds. And as soon as I did that, and fixing that constant burnout, because by the time you've hit that stage, your body is just wired to feel that's normal.
Mm.
You know. So once we got that sorted, yeah. So, you know, maybe speak to I'm not saying ADHD, but I'm just like, you know, speak to a doctor about if you feel like you're burnt out. And this isn't just directed at old mate.
Yeah.
Like if you feel like you're constantly fucking burnt out, don't just write it, because it's not going to get better.
Yeah.
Unless you do a drastic change, and you know,
That's right.
you know, it's a real thing.
Mm.
And then that's the kind of effect that it has on people, the burnout. You know, you start feeling like, fuck, I want to run away from everything that I love because this is going to be easier. You know, it's a horrible feeling, man. And I feel this, dude. I've felt it fucking deeply for a long time.
It's kind of like, how far do you have to run to feel like you're far enough away from the problem? You know? Like that, and that's like, guess that's like, I don't know, like is running away just a metaphor for something else?
Just running away from responsibilities.
Yeah,
That's what it was
yeah,
for me. Like I just felt like everything that I was doing wasn't for me.
Mm.
It was for and like I probably, because I was burnt out, I wasn't doing a hell of a lot anyway. But it is running away from just, you know, having to hold it together, responsibilities, the daily grind, you know, pickups, drop-offs, taking them to this, taking them to that, come home, you know, cook dinner, try to get everything sorted before, you know, your partner gets home, and because you don't want them coming home to a mess, and then, you know, cleaning up. And like, I'm not saying I did that all the time either, but you know, it's definitely just running away from all those, for me, it was running away from all those responsibilities.
Yep.
You know, just wanting to be a bit free.
Yeah.
Do things for yourself. And that's, you know, unfortunately, being a parent, this is what Syke said the other day, you've still got your responsibilities, but perfect example, this is just an example of how I spoke to Lara about this the other day. You know, just finding that enjoyment of something that you enjoyed to get you out of that funk. And for me, it was, I think I told you, it was grilling up some meat.
Yeah.
You know, went home that night before the podcast and grilled up some fucking steak with the boy. You know, he, unfortunately, I like doing it on my own, listening to music and just focusing on that. But he wanted to be a part of it, so it made it better. And then I was going camping that weekend. And she said, you know, why don't you suggest to your wife that, like, you know, because I don't drink or smoke or anything like that, when we go camping, I love doing the cooking. It's my thing, you know. Even if I fuck it up, I just like it. And she said, well, may I explain that to your wife and go, you know, look, you understand that, you know, I still have my parent things that I need to do when the kids come up, but, you know, just those hours where I'm cooking, I don't expect you to do everything or anything like that. Like, I will still be there, but I might just be a bit more focused into what I'm doing because, you know, sitting by the fire, watching the flames, temperature, grilling, 3 or 4 hours where it's mostly my time, still interacting with the kids and our friends. You know, you've still got to find what you like to do, and you still have to kind of make it fit into being a parent because that is your role and your responsibility. But you've just got to tweak it. It can still be fun.
That's why I used to love mowing the lawn.
Yeah, I like that now.
When I had a nice big lawn, and I used to get out there and mow it. And it's kind of like close enough to still be a parent if I need to be, but it's kind of like the kids know they can't come by a lawnmower. And so it's kind of like, that's kind of my time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, just get to mow the lawn nice.
Yeah.
And my wife used to say, "Oh, I can mow the lawn." And I said, I said, "Don't take this away from me." And I said, "I don't want mohawks." I'm sure she'd do a
It's like-
fantastic job.
it's
I
like
mean, I taught her how to drive. I'm sure I could teach her.
It's
how
like
to
that
mow a
Family
lawn.
Guy episode where Peter Griffin goes to does the grocery shopping, and he comes in through the door of the grocery shoppings, and she beats the hell out of him. She's like, "Don't you dare take this away from me! It's my
Yeah.
one bit of time."
Yeah, wow.
But absolutely, yeah, and that's
And
it.
my wife was disgusted on Mother's Day that I made the whole family go food shopping with her on the Sunday morning, because she goes and does the food shopping on a Sunday
Ah.
morning by herself.
Yeah,
And I said, "No, well, it's Mother's Day, so we'll all come." And she's like,
Oh,
"Great,
yeah, thanks,
great."
thanks
Yeah.
you.
I said,
Jack.
I'll push the trolley and the kids can get the stuff on. You know,
That's a sweet.
I know.
I get where you're coming from because like I've said
I
the
guess
same.
I was probably just being a little bit more annoying too. But,
yeah.
you know, like I didn't want her to feel like she's having to do all the work on Mother's Day. But I got in trouble later on that day for being a bit lazy. Sorry. Yeah.
Man, if you've got to drop the ball a little bit for them to.
Like I explained to her, I said, "Man, I've been struggling a lot lately just with motivation, and you know, like I got a lot going on. Kind of just the mental load feels quite heavy at the moment." And you know, I said, you know, today unfortunately was a
Bad
day
luck.
where it just kind of it culminated for me. You know, I missed a run on Thursday night because of motivation. You know, haven't really been putting a lot into my study at the moment because of motivation. And then I missed my run on Sunday afternoon because, you know, I've just lack of motivation. And that was kind of weighing me down too, you know, just feeling like I didn't have much motivation.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to listen to your body as well. It's
Yeah.
motivation, but also your body's just like, give me a chance to
Yeah.
repair
Yeah. So
because you hold it in your body as well, obviously.
yesterday, Monday,
Yes.
I put a few hours into my study.
There you go.
So it was all right.
That's the thing, Don't you? The other thing is,
And then I
don't-
went
don't-
running tonight.
Don't be
in the
hard.
rain.
Don't be too hard on yourselves either.
Well,
This is
no.
coming from experience. Trust me, I'm not.
Yeah, 100%. Like if anybody knows, you know, when to take it easy, I've definitely learned that about myself.
Yeah.
You know, probably in the last, I don't know, 5 years, to just wind it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still learning how to do that though.
It's not easy.
It's like my wife says that she doesn't know how to not feel busy.
Yeah, I
You
get
know what
that.
I mean? Like she doesn't know how to relax because she feels like
Guilty.
she constantly has to be doing something.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And sometimes I just say, you know, fuck it.
Just sit there, doom scroll.
Just, you know, just don't worry about that, or don't worry about that or that.
And that's another trap, doom scrolling, because then you just get so lost into it. You just then, yeah, that's a bad rabbit hole. That one.
Yeah.
Don't recommend that all the time.
Nah.
But yeah, it's good to, like, again, it's just another thing that you can do for half an hour just to give your brain a break.
Yeah, but it's making us dumb, man.
Oh, it is.
It's
fucking
making
is.
It's making society fucking dumb, bro.
But then that doom scrolling is then showing you the happy dad giving, their kids everything and all that shit. So it's kind of feeding at the same time. You don't it's feeding those feelings of wanting to,
Oh,
like,
I
I'm not providing, I'm not doing what
Yeah.
a man should do, or blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yep. There's definitely I guess there's definitely been a shift in the social media with people sharing more honest content.
Mm.
Like it isn't all just fucking rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah.
Like sometimes life is really shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would just love to be able to just disconnect, man.
Oh, we're going to.
Yeah, but I mean, just like to be fair, like I've stepped away from Instagram, like over the last few months, and it's been fantastic. Like, you know, I'll go on to my Instagram every now and again. And I've got fucking like an inbox full of fucking messages and things, and I'm just like, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm out.
Don't send me stuff on like whoever's, because I look after the Instagram account. I don't really look at the stuff that people send me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because you send me the same thing on Messenger anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I've got plenty of people that do that. It's not just anyone. It's a fucking whole bunch of people, and it's just like, and they know that's where, and like, you know, they know where that, because I do that. That's where they can contact me, and it's like, no, it's really just for guests and, you know, people that we're reaching out to. But just, I want to just quickly circle back to what we're saying about the doom scrolling, getting lost into it.
Yeah.
One thing that Tony Robbins, this is good. If you want to get lost in your phone and stuff like that, do something that is going to give you knowledge or some kind of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I got lost, and I still love watching these clips. How to cut tuna. I love seeing those the sushi chefs cutting and preparing tuna, and is it the Hoof Doctor, where he goes and looks at cows' feet and cuts all the stuff out. And this is just my thing. But look up something that's informational,
Informative
informative,
information.
Okay.
like a spelling class.
So, what information are you getting from watching Homeboy cut hooves?
Well, what happens if we're out in the wild and I see a limp animal? I'm like, well, I can't just kill you because it's not fair because you're kind of just standing there. Maybe I can fix it.
So you're gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, let me lift up your leg here. I'm just gonna rest your leg over here."
but
And hold on,
you know, but like,
I'll get out my proper curved knife.
well, that's what I'm
that,
whittling now.
You know, and you know,
I'm looking up how to whittle.
Oh, mate, sorry, I can see that you've got a thorn in your hoof here. I'm gonna dig it out. Oh, look, as we dig deeper and we cut back
Thank
deeper,
you.
And
It's
Braden's
actually-
had his head stomped.
it's actually an abscess. Oh, hold up there.
Let me get my
buddy,
grinder.
Yeah.
It's
Yes, I've seen those videos.
sometimes it's like seriously watching the sushi tuna guys cutting the tuna. They're so oh man, on my words.
Methodical.
Yeah, like they're just, and the respect that they show
And when
the
are
technique.
you ever also going to cut a 600 kilo tuna?
You don't
Hey.
even you don't even like fish.
No, I don't. No, but I just like seeing how it's like just the respect and just how they cut it so perfectly. Like I love that. But you know, get lost into something that's beneficial to you. Like for example, like all of a sudden my ADHD's kicked in and I'm whittling. I'm watching how to whittle.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, it's good. Where's my spoon?
But see, but the thing is, you're not on your phone.
Yes, I am.
No,
Learning how to whittle.
You're whittling.
Yeah, no, but he's
I've
on
got
his
to I've
phone.
got to watch it on my phone at night.
He's on his phone doom scrolling, whittling.
Why do you need to look at?
Techniques.
Nah, fuck.
Yeah,
just do.
no. See, that's where
Just
you're wrong.
do.
That's why I got us the whittling set for.
No,
for-
see, I'm heavy in Tim's favor here of you get a false sense of confidence by watching all of these things and you're just like, oh, I can do them.
No.
And
Definitely.
then you go to actually do them and it's so disheartening.
I do it from a point of view where I've picked up the knife and I've tried it and it was fun and it was good and I'm like, but I want to learn the technique of being able to do it. You know, not thinking, oh, I've got the spoon carving thing, I can just do that. Nah. So I'd like to see how it's done and then try to replicate that technique. You know. So you know, yeah. You know, I give it about another 3 weeks. I'll find something else. But at the moment, like that's the thing. I'm learning a whole bunch of different things. You know, I'm learning the Bulls Gone Wild. You know, knots and bloody. You know what you can and can't eat, and like it's better than watching a sushi cutting thing is better than just getting lost in their fucking depressive algorithm of Instagram or TikTok or Booty or whatever. You know, so. That's just my advice.
I've pretty much cleared my whole algorithm of any like of those like What do they call them?
Influencers?
Thoughts.
What's a thought?
That hoe over there.
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
a thought.
Oh.
That
Wow,
That hoe over there.
I can't believe the boomer taught me something about internet
I'm not
culture.
a fucking boomer. I'm a zennial, mate.
All right. Oh, I didn't know that it wasn't even a word.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've pretty much cleared out my whole thing.
it still pops up on my. I know why it pops up.
Because you're a delinquent.
yeah.
But I don't look at that stuff on Instagram
Mm.
because Instagram is real talk, no bull stuff.
Yeah.
But yet I still see thoughts. But did I use it right?
Thought.
You know.
Yeah.
And no, if
Wow.
that's what they want to do, that's fine. I'm not going to judge.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just funny how it still pops up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of my algorithm is just like surfing and mountain biking, skateboarding, BMXing, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. 'Cause that's what I like watching. Yeah. Yeah.
That is what I was going to bring up.
A lot of skateboarding actually at the moment.
Oh, what was the thing called again?
Well, there's many names for it.
That's the best. I love that. There was a comment on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, popsicle.
Yeah, he cracked me up.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is about whittling. I had like a moment where I was doing it, and I'm like, oh, whittling. It's kind of like mental health. You know, you learn the technique, and you think you've got the tool to do it.
Braden was buffering again.
Yeah. But, you know, with practice, then you'll be able to craft what you want to craft.
Yeah.
It's the same as
This is a very similar conversation that we had a few weeks ago on the drive home from here when you're talking about the Hot Wheels and me with Warhammer and the process.
yeah, and the more and
Getting
this
lost
is
in
it.
the process.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
the more you find the techniques that are given to you, which, for example, is the YouTube videos of the whittling, you know, the more better you become at whittling.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? I think
No.
I am.
It's
Whittling?
It's
Oh.
whittling.
Whittling,
Whittling.
whip. But
Cool whip.
but it's the same. And I was because I was talking to Tonksy, and I said I'm going to use that on the podcast tonight. That analogy. It's like, you know, well, you've got the tools, you know, you've got the technique. The more you do it, the better you are. You're going to get at it, and it is so simple.
I'll let
and
you in on a little secret here.
it better be good.
That goes for anything and everything that you do in this world.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is no. I get it, but because with the mental health that I've had and suffered, you don't apply it to that because it's really hard. It is, unless, like, you know, and then but then again, once you realize that, fuck it does make a big difference. You've got the tools, fucking use them, but you've got to be consistent.
That's right.
You know, and I know what you said. It does. It's that it is that simple. It applies to everything in life. But like when I was struggling, I couldn't give a fuck about those techniques.
Mm.
You know, but it's not until you find yourself doing something and then you go, oh yeah, it's yeah, that's what it's like. Well, it's fucking true.
It's funny though, like you say that, because I've been working on this house for the last 2 days, and it's a housing commission house, and it was obviously drug remediation. So the house has been gutted, and we've gone in and reinstated all the doors and everything like that. And outside on this brick wall, that the tenants had obviously painted this brick wall black, and then written on the bricks all these like positive affirmations and positivity quotes and all this sort of stuff. And I was thinking to myself, it's all very well and good, like writing all this stuff up and then having all this stuff there to read or look at. But it's kind of like, are you actually living by any of these if you're leaving a house in this kind of state?
Be grateful.
That was exactly one of them.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Or
hypocrisy.
practice gratitude or something like that.
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
like,
You fucking
and,
scumbags.
And I just had to laugh to myself, and it's kind of like, okay, I probably could say that, you know, they might have been living by some of them, because, you know, but yeah, it's kind of like, if you're going to preach something, practice it too.
Yeah, I've learned that
Like-
the hard way too.
It's not a case of do as I say, not as I do.
That's only as a parent
um,
when you're stuffing your face full of Freddo frogs for breakfast.
well, you know what? Like my kids clear the table at night time. You know, we eat dinner at the table every night. They clear the dishes, rinse the dishes, put them in the dishwasher. But they only do the cups and the plates. And I want them to start doing more than just the cups and the plates. Like I want them to be getting to the point where they're clearing all of the dinner dishes.
You don't want to have to do any of it.
No, that's right. But I'm still having to come in and do half, or my wife's still coming in and having to do half. And my wife said something the other day. She's like, you can't expect them just to know how to do it. You got to show them. And so I thought, yep. And so last night, I showed my eldest the level of expectation that I want if you're going to do it from start to finish. And every step of the way, she was like, so are we done yet? I'm like, no. Oh, what else do we got to do, Dad? Well, we need to do this now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we need to do that. And so I will continue this with her
Yeah.
until
It'll be less and less each time.
until the master can step away and the grasshopper can, arise to the occasion.
That's freedom there.
Yeah.
And then she moves out of home.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it. And, I will do this with both of my children. Because I want them to learn.
Yeah.
And it's these aren't chores that they get paid for doing. I seen that brings me on to something else. I seen something the other day where this dad said, I don't pay my kids for doing chores around the house, right?
No, that's expected for your participating in a household.
Yes.
Yeah. So hear me out, right? So there's your list of basic like self chores that you need to do
Yeah.
on the daily or on the weekly. or whatever.
Responsibilities.
Responsibilities, yeah. Let's call them responsibilities. But then he said there is ways that my kids can earn money around the house, and we call these gigs. So there's a list of gigs that the kids can choose from to make some money. And these are things that are outside the parameters of what chores are, right?
The scope.
Yeah. So
That's
this
a
could be like raking
fucking-
leaves or washing the cars or something like that. Something that isn't within the realm of chores, but it could be classed as a gig. And then he said, I expect my kids to come to me with their idea for other gigs that they think of. And then they can negotiate a price for that said gig. He says, because this is getting them thinking about earning money and how can I earn money? And how can I place value on something?
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, this is starting to sound pretty neat. Like I like this. Like I like this idea.
Please don't tell me you're going to hit me with a but.
No.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm loving this.
No. So because you try the charts thing and you try rosters and you try all of these things and nothing ever really sticks. And you might try this and it might go for a little bit and it might not stick either. But I thought that was a good idea actually. Like instead of calling them chores, you rename them something else because the word chores is ingrained into us. Like it's this thing that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
And kids drag their feet and kind of scuff and skulk and
I only do it if I get dessert. It's like,
it's like,
what the fuck do you think you are?
yeah, there ain't
Yeah,
no
fucking
dessert
no
tonight.
dessert, mate. You feed the dogs because you feed the fucking dogs.
It's like you had a chocolate mousse after school. You ain't getting dessert tonight. I saw you. So you left your wrapper on the ground.
Oh, that rips my undies.
Yeah.
Fucking the boy. He stuffs his yogurt pouches in the fucking.
Oh,
kid.
man.
I'm sitting there at night and I'm like, I've dropped my fidget or something. I'm rattling around and there's a muesli bar wrapper and I'm like, every day I tell him, don't eat on the bloody couch in the playroom, mate. Don't do it.
Yeah.
And the next thing I come in, he's got bloody TV on and he's sitting there with his shoes on the couch and I'm like, how are you not taking in this information that I tell you every day?
Yeah. See what I'm starting to ingrain in my elder daughter is, if I was to ask her what the definition of integrity is, she'll tell you straight away.
Yeah.
It's doing the right thing when no one's looking.
I said that to my kids today.
And so,
And I
when
thought of
she-
you.
when she does something, and I say, I say, what is the definition of integrity? And she'll say, doing the right thing when no one's looking. And I'm saying, did you act with integrity? No. It's like, okay, let's learn from that. You know?
You're rubbing off on me, man. Like today, they were rubbing. They were on their bike and scooter in the neighbour's driveway, and because they've got a bit of a hill, they just thought they'd fucking go up there and come down it. I'm like, guys, what are you doing?
My kids do that.
And they're like, oh, but no one's home. And I was like, here we go. And I said, guys, it's about doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Mm.
And I was like, Tim told me that.
Oh, I'm glad I sound like a broken record.
Oh no, but
Fucking-
but again, it was a good opportunity to
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah.
It's about being good.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
so the next word I'm instilling is the word initiative. So, you know,
Instead of use your brain.
this is doing things that you can see needing to be done before being asked, right?
Yeah.
And so we came home last Friday, I think it was, and my eldest daughter just vacuumed the lounge. And I said,
Bravo.
I said, what do you want right now, Lo? And she says, nothing. And I said, so she's like, I could just see that it needed to be vacuumed. And I was like, okay, what have you done with my daughter? But I was like, all right, okay.
Oh, good on her.
I mean, and you know, this sort of thing doesn't happen often,
But you notice it.
but there was a couple of things that she did that afternoon where both my wife and I were like, all right, okay. So, you know, don't knock it when they do it, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. But and
You praise them and you give them encouragement.
to want to do it again,
That's
because
right.
they're not going to do it again
No.
constantly. But
No, and my wife did say, you know, what are you trying to achieve here? You know, do you want something? She said, no. It's like, okay. All right.
well, good on her, man.
Yeah.
Good on her for
Yeah.
for trying.
Yeah.
It's good to know that some of the things that we're teaching our kids is starting to sink in.
That's right.
You know,
right.
so
That's right.
it's you've got to plant the seeds first.
Well, you know, you reap what you sow.
That's it, mate.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
That's it. All right. So let's sign it off there.
Yeah.
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 So
From
that's episode 48, done and dusted.
Yep.
And if there's anything that you want to share on the show,
Yep.
a story, a philosophy, anything that you want us to share, you can email us
Yep.
privately, anonymously,
That one.
whatever.
We won't.
Um,
we
yeah.
won't disclose any names.
We don't
you
need to
know.
disclose names.
Can we do like an anonymous?
I believe we can through our website.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can email through our website.
I
Yeah.
believe there's a contact us form on our website.
That's
if
right.
not,
There's
we'll
a-
ask Jared about
Well,
it.
there's definitely an email address.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but whether you can do it
anonymously.
anonymously
Yeah, okay.
in the
I
comments.
I
or-
believe there's a contact
Well,
us.
you-
But even if like, you know, drop us a line. We don't judge.
Yeah.
We open about, you know, everyone's struggles, and if we can relate, we'll relate, and
That's it.
you know, not try to fix you, but just
No,
maybe there's something that we've done that you haven't tried yet, or you wanted to try and go, oh, okay, it did work.
that's it. That's it. And
We're just men.
yeah. And if you are out there in the North Brisbane area, or even if you're outside of Brisbane and you need a really good dads community to be a part of, the Dads Community Private on Facebook page.
Yep.
On Facebook. We have the private page and we have the public page. So mums and women out there can see what the men are up to.
More often than not, mate.
Yeah.
It's the wives that get us onto it.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Yep. And
And they do a
that's-
meetup.
That's where a lot of friends or a lot of people,
Yep.
get referred to from their wives.
And the meetups.
Yeah, there's meetups, there's walks, there's run clubs, there's futsal.
Yep.
There was a darts team, but they're not going at the moment.
Ah.
Yeah, there's hikes.
We started
there's-
doing monthly gel blasting now.
Yeah, there's monthly gel blasting happening.
Yeah,
and
well, I guess if you're passionate about something, you can create your own events, and other dads will come.
Chances are there's someone that's like, I'll give that a go.
that's right. I
Yep.
think there's a need
For whittling,
for
you're right.
for a leader to step up within the community to run the 4-wheel drive days again.
Yes.
So if you are out there and you are into 4-wheel driving, there is an opportunity there within the dads community to step up as a community leader and take on the 4-wheel drive days, which used to happen by a couple of dads a couple of years ago. But obviously people move on, people get busy, life takes over.
Mhm.
That's okay. But yeah. All right, man. Oh, peace out.
Peace out, indeedy doody.
We'll see you next week.
Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.